Welcome, friends. I am so happy.
Good morning, everybody. I had my TV on there for a moment, so you caught a little bit of that. Um, Let me go ahead and turn my iPad on so I can watch the comments when you come on. Please comment when you come on and say hi at least, so we'll know that you're here. And if you're not from Arkansas, introduce yourself and say where you're coming in from. Just a second, let me bring my iPad up. All right, and it's not finding me. It says we're live, but where am I? Okay, there we are. Okay, I've got a new setup this morning, so I'm hoping that it works out okay. But let's go ahead and get started here. It is October 26th, 2022, and my name is Debbie Foster. I'm Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And the name of my Facebook group, or my Facebook page, is Creating Cards with Debbie. And if you want to shop any of the items that we're showcasing today, or any items that you may be needing, you can go to my online store, which is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, use the October code. We still have a couple days left on that. So it is CSEA9XKB. And that's also in the description of this video, so if you miss it, you can catch it up there. And if you want to email me about any questions or just anything that you want to discuss with me, you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with all of our housekeeping things. Okay, Paper Pumpkin is still going on. You can still sign up for the kit until November 10th. And this one is from the North Pole. It says, put some sparkle into this year's Christmas giving. Make this Christmas the merriest ever with 12 easy-to-make tags to adorn your pretty packages. Combine them with last month's coordinating Ho 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 Paper Pumpkin Kit for even more creative fun. It contains enough supplies to make 12 tags, 4 each of 3 designs. Includes mint macaron glitter die cuts and specialty snowflake die cuts. Coordinates with October's Ho 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 Paper Pumpkin Kit and add-on. And you can add on these sacks with your order. I think you can do that right now, I think. So that's just a little added bonus that you can add. All right. I'm just throwing papers on the floor here. I'll pick up later. I'm not real organized today. Okay, and then Stampin' Up! Has still got their starter kit promotion going on until October 31st, so you still have a few days left for that. But don't wait until the last minute. You want to get in there and get signed up for it, which it does. It's $99 for the kit. That's free shipping. If you have sales tax, you have to pay the sales tax on that. But for that $99, you get to pick out $150 worth of products to go along with that. So that's an added bonus. And I'd love to have you on my team. You join my team, you also get access to a lot of other bonuses. So if you have any questions, reach out to me and I'll help you with that. Okay. And then starting November 1st, we have a new item, products coming out, a new suite, and it's called Fitting Florets. And it is, I'm just waiting for my screen to show up here so I can see if I'm seeing everything on screen, which I'm not. Let me kind of move it over a little bit at an angle, see if I can catch it. I should have had my camera up a little higher. Okay, it's called Fitting Florets, and you have starting November 1st, and that didn't help it any. Starting November 1st until January 4th, you can buy the Fitting Florets collection. And for the whole collection, it's $97.50. But with that collection, you get the Frame Florets bundle, the framed and festive stamp set, the Fitting Florets 12x12 designer series paper, and gold adhesive back sequins. And here's the sequins. They're really pretty. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up at all. But they're kind of flat. They'd be easy for mailing. They're not real bulky. And here's the Frame Florets bundle. And you don't have to order all that stuff. You can just pick and choose what you want. So, and let me show you the beautiful paper that has. I've already been cutting up mine a little bit. And the dies will cut out these flowers also. So that's added. And then here's the back side. And this one. You could color these berries red or leave them white. I've seen people coloring them red. And then here's the back side of that. And another pattern. And there's a die that cuts out the ones that are grouped in twos. But to cut out the other ones, it wouldn't be that hard. Like this one doesn't have a die. And then some of the leaves. And then here's the back side of that. And another smaller flowers. And the back side. And this one. And the back side. And then more flowers. And gingham checks on the back. And these are evening evergreen is the color of those checks. Love, love, love this suite. Okay. So you could buy it all separate if you wanted to. And the Framed and Festive is a limited time that only lasts until, I'm trying to find where it says, while supplies last, but that's not going to be lasting too long. So you want to get your order in to make sure you don't miss out. It has all the Christmas sentiments on it. It says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas, from our home to yours. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la la. Merry Christmas from all of us. Noel. May this season be filled with peace and joy." So I love the sentiments. I've got that on order. I'm supposed to get it tomorrow, so I may be doing some cards next week with it. So if you have any questions, be sure you reach out to me, and I'll be glad to help you with anything that you're needing. You're going to hear a big bang here. Whoops. I scared the dog. Okay, and then we've got a brand new kit that is out in our kit collection. So when you're going shopping, just go to that sidebar and look up kits, and it should bring it up. It's called Birthday Card Organizer Kit. And I ain't even taken mine out of the box really yet, so it comes with some tear and tape. Let's see, I haven't even taken it out of the package yet. Well, we can fix that, I think. Let's go ahead and open it, and we'll show you a little bit of it. At least show you the journal anyway. It's really cool. Okay. And this is $25 for this whole kit, but it is well worth it. Let me set the box aside here so I can make some room. You get your instructions. We've got some sequins in here and some dimensionals and some glue dots. Envelopes. And it makes 12 cards. And you got two different designs here. And then we've got all of the poke outs that you can put on your cards. We've got this design, and oops, I guess they're all the same. It's enough to do 12 cards, but I've seen people doing alternates with them and make it stretch farther. And then we've got these are in different languages. I think there's 3 different languages. I think there's French and Dutch and something else. But we got September, October, June, July, August. And so those you'd put onto your dividers of your book. So let me show you the book here so I can explain better. You put the month up here, and we got pockets all over the place on this. So each month has its own page, and then you'd write the date of the birthdays here so you don't forget, and then you can just put the cards right in the pockets for each month. Here's some more punch outs, and some more happiest birthday, and these are all in different languages. And if you wanted to, well, I was going to say you could turn them over, but they're not. They're sticky on the other side. I was going to say you could kind of use the ones that are different language. Okay, and the cardboard to hold it. But this is really gorgeous. I can't wait to start organizing my cards for birthdays, because it's easy to forget them, and this way they'd all be in each month, and you'd be able to see who is whose birthday that month, and already have them made ahead of time. So here's the instructions, colored instructions, and then it shows what all is in the kit. Okay. And the number on this to order it is, I should have it right here. Yes, the item number is 161056. And like I said, it was $25. But that's really a steal. You get the book and everything, plus just 12 cards and envelopes and all the things to put it together. Okay, so that's all the housekeeping things we got to go over. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is going to be a Christmas kind of day. I'm going to be using the Celebrate with Tags bundle. And it has the tags also. And there's 14 tags in here, or 14 dies in here. So there's 2 sheets. Whoops, my extras that I made. But they're really, really, I love these. It's going to be used a lot, I think. But it not only has Christmas, it has birthday, and looks like that could be Valentine's Day. So with the hearts. So we're going to do Christmas today. Who has their Christmas cards all done? Not me. Hi, Teresa. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, we're going to do Christmas today. Really, we don't have that long to get our Christmas cards and things done. We've got November's coming up, and Christmas will be here the following month. I can't believe it's already. Time flies. Okay, so let me set this aside for just a moment and we'll get started. And let me show you what we got going on. Get my bits and pieces out of here and get rid of the rattling paper. Okay, so this is a tag that we're going to do. It's got little mittens on there and it says Be Jolly. And then on the inside it says To and From. So you can put that on your gift. It's really cute. And I did another one using the Coastal Cabana. But we're going to do the red one today. Just to give you another idea. I'm kind of low on my screen here, so I got to be careful how I'm putting things so everybody can see me. Alright, so we're going to start off and we're going to make our tag. So we're going to bring our baby boss over here, and I'm hoping I don't jiggle too much the table. Let me try to do this carefully. For some reason my desk is kind of wobbly this morning. I'm not sure why. But if I can make you too seasick, just holler at me, let me know. Alright, so we're going to bring our tags back over here that I just stuck out of the way. And we don't want that one yet, we want this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay that on my paper. And I've got a piece of thick basic white that I'm using. And I like to use the thick for the tag itself, but then I'll use regular cardstock for the rest of it. It kind of gives a little bit more stability to the tag. And I gotta move that up a little bit more. Well, we're fumble fingers this morning. Our fingers aren't working. Alright, and then our top plate is right here. And then we're going to run that through our embossing folder. I mean our big baby boss. And I'm watching the camera to see if I'm jiggling. Well, that's not feeling right. I'm not cutting, I don't have the right plates here. Let me switch these out. I was afraid of that. Where did I put the other one? Okay, I'm using a number 3 plate and then the 2 number 2s. It says to use the number 1 plate, but I find that I have better luck with the other plate, and I'm not catching for some reason here. Alright, we're going to have problems. Give me fits. Alright, there we go. And like I said, I'm trying not to jerk the table too much. And it is anyway. I do so apologize for that. I need to get my husband to see if he can't steady up my table a little bit more. That might be a good thing to put on his honey-do list. He's retired, so I gotta find things to keep him busy. Alright, so here's our tag. And then we just fold it in the middle. But before I do that, I'm going to run it through my embossing folder, which is, I'm using the Stripes and Splatters embossing folder. And we're going to use this one here that's got all the splatters. And we're just going to place our tag in there. And I gotta change out plates. We're going to use 3 and 4 plates. We're not using the clear plates because this is a 3D embossing folder. So that's what it calls for. And I've got a squeak. set that aside. Okay, so here's our tag. And then we're going to go ahead and fold it. And I'm going to get my scoring bone folder. And we're just going to give it a little crease right there. And then we have to bring this back over here, and I'm going to grab my die for my tag again. And I'm just going to cut this ridge so we have a little ruffle. Okay. I hope I turned it the right way. And I'm going to fit this. I'm just going to line it up to the edge of the bottom of that die right there. And I'm going to place my tape here to hold it in place. Grab my top plate. And run that through. I know I'm off camera here. And I'm doing a lot of jiggling. And I'm going to do that twice because I want one layer on the inside, and this can be our outside layer. And oops, I think my paper moved on me. I'm going to have enough here. Yeah, it moved on me. But we're going to make it work. This is going to be the inside layer. Tear that off. It's probably what happened. It caught the edge of it. Well, if this doesn't work, we'll go ahead and grab another paper and do that over. And we're having troubles. This is real time stamping. Let me, I'm bound determined to make that work. I apologize for my fumbling this morning. Yes, Teresa, I think I probably use my little one more too because it's right handy, right at my desk. I can sit and not have to get up to use the big one. But there are some things you got to use the big one for, so. Let me see if that came out okay, if I gotta grab another paper. Sorry about that, that really jiggled and was loud. Yeah, I can still use that for the inside. I'll just cut it along that seam. And I didn't put my trash can over here. So we're going to have a mess. Alright. Okay, so let me bring my scissors over here, my paper snips, and we're just going to trim this down. And this will be our inside piece, so I'm not worried about it too much. And I'm going to put some scrap paper underneath me so I don't have a glue mess going on. And that did move. I need to trim that down too. Alright, now it's straight. So we're going to bring our glue over here. We're going to attach those to our tag. I keep forgetting I'm out of camera view here, so I gotta watch what I'm doing, pay attention. Which side do I want? I guess this side's good. And I'm just going to leave a small white border at the bottom. I think you can see that. And we're not going to glue the one on the inside yet because we're going to have another piece of paper go in there. I want to match it up to that first, so we'll wait with that part. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a moment. And we're going to bring our Real Red ink pad, our Stamparatus, and what else do we need here? I've already taken out the little cushion because with the red rubber stamps we don't need that, so it's down to the right down to the plate. And I have this grid paper that you can buy in a pack that goes with this, and some people also use it to stamp on just as underneath their projects. So let me get into view here, and I gotta get my mittens out of the stamp set, and we're going to do some stamping. This is this mitten one. Alright, and I've got Baby Boss sitting on top of my paper here. So we're just going to lay our paper down. And I like to line it up in case it moves on me so I can go back and restamp again. So I'm going to put it right there. And that over there. And we're going to place that one right there. Oops, I've been breaking a lot of fingernails lately for some reason. Alright, my screen looks kind of pixelated a little bit. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, I like to set a stamp set underneath my plate when I'm working on it. It kind of supports it so I can ink it up really good. I don't know if we're catching this all on camera. So, trying not to shake the table too much. And I'm using Real Red ink. And with the Stamparatus, you can keep stamping until you get the coverage that you want to. Let's go a little bit darker. And then I'm just going to use the hinges, and I'm going to move that over. Oops. I didn't have it on the right side here. We can maybe use this one. Nope. I had my plates on the wrong side here. Let me reconfigure here. Well, things aren't working out like they're supposed to this morning. I don't know. I thought I was all situated and ready this morning, but maybe I wasn't. Okay, let's see what that does right there. Nope, that doesn't work either. I gotta move this down a little bit. Alright. Oh goodness. I'll say my goodness. I don't believe this today. Problems. I may be better off just taking the paper up and moving the paper back around. I could clean off my stamp, but I don't want to clean it right now. I want to go ahead and finish what we're doing before I clean it. This works. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. But I'm off the camera here. I've got such a delay on my iPad. It's unbelievable. Okay. Alright, so we're going to set that aside. And we're going to be using that again, so I'm not going to put it too far away. And now we're going to die cut our mittens out. So we'll bring Baby Boss back over here. Put her back to work again. And grab the plates. I'm not really on camera very good. Guess I gotta do some more tweaking with my setup here. I moved my setup because I'm sitting right in front of my front window in my room, and I get all that bright morning sunshine, so it was giving me a lot of shadows before, so I moved to the side of my desk, which is a smaller area, but I think once I figure out all the technical problems with it, I may be okay here. I'm hoping so. Alright, and then we'll cut one more. Or die cut, I should say. One more mitten. And turn it that way. Gosh, that's wiggling. Yeah, see if you can stabilize my desk a little bit better. Get rid of the jiggles. Okay, so there's our two mittens. And I want to put that back so I don't lose it. And we'll move Baby Boss up right here out of the way. We've got to use her again in a little bit, but not right now. Okay, so we're going to start assembling the front of our tag. And we're going to place our mittens. And I'm just going to glue one on the left directly down, but then I'm going to put the other one up on dimensionals. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. This is my adhesive of choice. It's what I always grab. What's your favorite adhesive? And get us some dimensional. I think I've got some started. Nope, I've got a brand new sheet of dimensionals. Wow. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pop those off. And I'm going to place two on the back of our mitten. Oops. And take those backings off. And we're going to kind of angle that. Okay. And then we're going to stamp our Be Jolly sentiment on a little scrap of white. We can use this. And we're using the Real Red ink again. And I want to get a good coverage on it. And let me stamp that off and see if it looks good to me or not. Yeah, it looks good. And get me a clean surface here. Yeah, try another one. I really like that one. Okay, that one's better. I guess I could leave that open because I got another sentiment I gotta stamp yet. Alright, so we're going to bring back our Baby Boss again. Well, let me do my other stamping here on my inside. And then we'll be done with that. And of course, I stuck my finger in the ink. Good thing I got a towel right here. Oops, that's the wrong one. And I guess I didn't get that one out yet. We're going to use the to and from. Grab my block. And I'm going to stamp that off too to make sure I've got a good coverage of it. And this is going to go on this little piece. This is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 square, and that's going to be our inside of our tag. Oh goodness, that smeared really good. Well, do I have another piece? Not handy. Goodness gracious. I broke the measurements on the back side of my cardstock, so I'm trying to erase it off of there. So sorry for the jiggling. I don't have any other scrap paper here handy. I have to get up and get it. Let's try this again. Okay, that's better. To, from, it's kind of dirty, but I wonder, do I have another one? I don't like that. I'm going to get a clean piece of paper. Bring my paper trimmer out here. Get that ink pad out of the way, or I'm liable to stick everything in it. So I want 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Okay. I'm much happier with that. Let me put that away. Let's try this again. Got all kinds of boo-boos today. Alright. To and from. And close up our ink pad. Get our stamps out of the way. Make sure I don't have any red on my fingers. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And we're going to toss that one because it got messed up. And then I'm going to come back in with my Baby Boss again. And we're going to die cut this sentiment out. You could fussy cut it too, but there is a die that goes with it. So we're going to go ahead and use the die. And it's this one right here. It's so quiet this morning. Okay. And then we'll run Baby Boss. Yeah, I've got to do something about the jiggling. Alright, we're going to fold her up for just a bit. And I think we're done with using her until we do the next project. And okay, so there we have our Be Jolly. So we're going to finish assembling our card. We're going to put a small dimensional on the left side of the Be Jolly, and I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, and then we'll just put glue adhesive on the other side. The reason being is that this side's flat and this side has the dimensionals on, so we didn't want it sitting there crooked. So a little bit of glue. Oops, that's more than a little. I always forget I got a new bottle here and it comes out faster. And I'm going to put it kind of at an angle, like that. And we're going to need our mini glue dots here next. And I've got a ribbon. This is the black and white gingham ribbon. And what I've done is I've used a Real Red Stampin' Blends, and I colored the ribbon. You can do that to change the color to whatever color you're working with. So originally it's black and white, but I colored it with the Real Red Stampin' Blends. And I like to use the dark Stampin' Blend of the combos. So we're going to take a glue dot and we're going to place that onto our little hole right there. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick that up off of the roll. And I'm going to kind of place it just above the little hole there because it goes all the way through to all of them, so I don't want it sticking together. So, and then kind of push it to hide the hole there. Alright, there we have the outside, and let's put our to and from on the inside, and we're just adding that with our liquid glue again. And I'm going to center that. Okay. And then we're going to bring in that other little piece that we cut too, and we're going to add that to the bottom here. And just a little glue, we don't need a lot here. And I'm going to center that over the bottom ridges. Okay, so there we have our first tag, Be Jolly, and then to and from. Pretty easy, except for all my mess ups. It would have gone a lot faster if I didn't have the problems I was having. Okay, so next, we're going to do a gift tag. And here it is. And I've got a little gift tag or gift card inside. So I'm just showing how it fits there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. And I've done a lot of the prep work already, so you don't have to sit and watch me do all that painfully. So let me get all my bits and pieces out here. Okay, for this one I'm using the other die cup tag, which we use this one this time, this one. But for the next one we're going to be using this one. See, it has little folds here to connect it together. It's a little bit different than the other one. And I'm going to set that over here for now. So first off, we want to figure out which is our front, which is our back. So where the little notches are for the sides, That's our front, and I've already cut out I think I used a 1.5 inch punch, but you could also use this little circle die. I guess that's what I used to cut out the little notch to be able to grab hold of the card with. See, otherwise it'd be kind of hard to get down in there to get it, so it makes it a little easier. But we're going to fold this. Oops, make sure I got the right side. Fold the sides in, and emboss this using the Wintry 3D embossing folders. I don't know if you can see, it's got snowflakes. And then the other one that goes with this is a 2-pack, has the tree branches, I guess it is. Okay, do I have the packet here? No, I don't think I do. Oh, and on the first one we used, the paper that I used was the Bright 6x6 Designer Series papers. So I forgot to mention that. Okay, this is the Wintry 3D embossing folder. And I already embossed that, so save a little time. So let's go ahead and fold our little flaps over. And then we'll fold this in the middle. And then I'm going to come in with our tear and tape. And this is the skinny one. And I'm going to bring my silicone mat over here so I don't stick to my paper where I don't want it to. Just in case I go over the edges. So this is going to go on the outside, so we want to put it on the inside flap. And oops, I think I'm about out of this one. If I have enough. I gotta open another roll. I was afraid that was going to run out. And let's just snip that part off. We'll add a little piece to that. Okay, and then we'll do the other side as well. And stick it to my fingers good. Okay. And I like to rub it really good to make sure it's sticking before I try to take the paper off the back. Okay. And then we're going to fold our flap back over and fold those edges over on top of that. And on top of this side. Okay, so there's our little pocket. Trying to put things out of my way here. Okay, so now we're going to take our scrap paper and we're going to stamp our Merry Christmas with our Real Red ink. And again, I'm going to test it out on my paper, scrap paper. Just want to make sure it's inked up really good. And then we're going to stamp that onto our scrap of white paper, basic white. And we don't have a die for this, so we're going to do some fussy cutting. But it's fairly easy. We're just going to leave a little white border going around our words. And I just kind of like to follow the letters a little bit. Let me chop that off, get it out of the way. around all of them, turning as I go. I'm not moving the scissors, I'm moving the paper, so that's a little tip for when you're fussy cutting. So there's our Christmas. Let's do the Mary. My husband went to the store, but he came back fast. He's been out running around this morning. He had an appointment this morning, and he came home, and then he left again. Okay. Alright, so there's our Mary. I wish I had my wastebasket over here. I'm making a mess. Alright, so we're going to put our Mary up here, our Christmas here, and then I've die cut the star using this die right here out of gold foil paper. And we're going to place that in the middle there. Let me get these stuck down. So let's go ahead and stick the star down in the middle, then I know where to place my Mary and Christmas at. So just a little dab of glue right in the center of that star. And place it somewhat in the middle. Alright, and then we'll put some glue on our Mary. I'm putting that at an angle above the star. Almost called it a cross. And some glue on Christmas. And I put that more straight. I don't angle that at the bottom. Hopefully it's straight. Pretty straight for me anyway. Yeah, Teresa, I think you'd really enjoy this one because you can do a lot of things for it. It's not only for Christmas, but you could use it for birthdays or almost anything. It's not limited. It's in the mini catalog. I'm sure you got that one. If not, let me know. Okay, so we're going to take our gold trim ribbon. This is from, oops. Yeah, this is the shimmer ribbon, gold. And I've got a little piece that's, probably, what is it? I'll measure it real quick. It is about 4 1/4 inches long. And we're just going to string that through that hole of our tag. And, whoops, my star came off. My snowflake. Guess it wasn't stuck down there good. Alright, and then I'm just going to pull that tight and pull it even. And then I'm going to take some white baker's twine and I'm going to tie around that. So we'll see how this goes on camera. Yesterday I used a little clip to hold it, but I don't see a little clip right now. So we're going to fumble with the fingers instead. So I'm going to tie a little knot first to hold it in place. And then I'll try tying a bow. We'll see how that goes. Sometimes not so easy on camera. Okay. Well, that didn't go too bad. Let me straighten out my bow here. Pull my tails down a little bit. a little bit crooked, but okay, so there we have that. And that's about all that goes on there. We need to put our gem on there. We're going to be using the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And my Take Your Pick tool, we're going to use the putty end to pop one of those off. And I'm going to go with the larger ones. So we're going to put one right in the center of that snowflake. Set things aside here. We're not too bad with time. I thought maybe I fumbled a lot this morning. So here's our gift tag holder. And let me show you. See, this goes in there. So, very simple. The die does all the work. Okay, and then we're going to have one Christmas card today. Get that out of there without too much rattling and crunching and paper. And whoops, I moved the camera. How did that move? I don't know. I must have bumped it. Okay, so here's our card. Oops, losing a snowflake there. It says, "Made with love." And "Merry Christmas" on the inside. So we're going to do some heat embossing with this one. And some dry embossing with the embossing folder. And I used the snowflakes again. Where did I put it? Oh, good. No, there it is. Yes. And here's the folder that originally comes in. It's got Wintry 3D embossing folder. It's got the tree branches, or pine tree branches, and then the snowflakes. We're using the snowflakes. And I've already done that ahead of time. So let me go ahead and give the dimensions of the card first. And I didn't even write these down, did I? It's pretty well basic. It's a basic card. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to burnish that fold with our bone folder. And then we have a basic weight for the inside, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And the outside is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've already embossed that with the embossing folder. So we're going to glue that to the front of our card. Didn't want to come on at first, and now it really came out fast, so we're okay. And we're going to place that on the front of our card, centered, hopefully. That's why I like the liquid glue, because it gives you time to move around if you need to, which I did. It wasn't down there right. Okay. So we're going to set the card aside for now. We're going to work on our tags. And what I did, I cut 2 tags. Whoops, get that baker's twine out of there. It's sticking to my fingers. And I used the tag that we used on our first project, the rippled one. And what I did is I did half of it white, and then the other half with the basic, with the real red. And then I'm going to trim the edges of that using my little guillotine here. And we're just going to cut off that excess. So, and same with the red one. Okay. Toss the trash aside. Okay. So we're going to kind of angle these. But let me go ahead and do my stamping and all that I need to do. We're going to heat emboss this with our white powder. So I'm going to bring in my things to do that with. I've got, this is our toolkit that you can find in our mini catalog. It comes with the tray, a brush, the tweezers, and the embossing buddy. So we're going to take that embossing buddy and we're going to get rid of all the static thing that might be on our cardstock from oils from our fingers and whatnot that can make an embossing powder stick where you don't want it to sit. And I am going to use our Versamark ink and our white embossing powder. I had a senior moment there, I forgot what I was saying. Just trying to do two things here. I'm going to use my scrap paper again. And I'm going to use Made with Love. And I was going to use a Stamparatus, but I think I'm okay using just a stamp block. Keep my fingers crossed. And we're going to ink that up with our Versamark ink. And I want to get a good coverage on there, so when you think you have enough, I usually just go back and do it again, just to make sure. We want to cover that up. And then I'm going to stamp this with our Versamark ink. I'm just going to let it sit there for a moment to make sure it gets soaked in really good. Okay, that looks very good. And I'm going to open my paper here to dump my embossing powder on. You could use the tray or your embossing tray or paper, but I seem to grab the paper usually. I guess I'm lazy and won't have to clean out the tray that way. Okay, so that did pretty good. Now we're going to dump that back into our container. So be sure that you hit the like and share buttons down below. It helps my viewers get more viewers. And if you're watching this later today on YouTube, be sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. And also click on that little bell so that you'll be notified when I have new videos loaded in. So I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let me run our heat tool. We're going to melt the embossing powder. And it takes a minute for the gun to heat up a little bit, so it'll start turning it here shortly. I don't think the camera is really showing it really well how it's doing, but it's melting it now. I don't know. Trying to get it up there better. Does it really pick it up really well? Alright, so we got all that. Okay, so that's about all it takes. It doesn't take very long. And I'm going to set this underneath here out of my way. And I guess we do got to bring Baby Boss back over here because we're going to die cut this out. Move the embossing powder out of the way. Put our plates back over here. I wish you could see this better. Okay, in the dies, there's this little crooked little banner, and that cuts out our Made and Love. So we're going to do that. And a certain way that it goes down there, so I'm making sure I get the right way, the right direction. Yeah, we're going to put a little bit of washi tape to hold it in place. And run this through without jiggling too much. And I don't think there is a way that it's not going to jiggle. So there we have that. It punches out the love. And then we're going to punch out the maid. Do the same. And I'm going to hold that down with my washi tape again so it doesn't move on me. So I don't want to repeat all this over again. Oopsie, it's moving on me. Trying to do it awkward here. Okay, we'll put our plate on there and run that through. Alright, and we'll set Baby Boss over here. I think that's all of that. We gotta do some more mittens. Okay, put it over there so I don't lose it. So there we have our maid, love, and then our width we'll cut out. And I'm just going to cut this straight off. And same with that side. Alright, and this is going to go in the center. And we need to stamp some more mittens. So we're going to bring back our stamp apparatus. And this time I'm going to put it on the right side where it needs to be. There we go. And I have some scrap paper over here. It's right here, and I'm hoping I can fit both on there. Maybe not. Maybe. Okay, so that goes up that way. Yeah, I think we can make this work. So I'm going to place my magnets to hold that down. I'm going to do a test run here. Just barely. I need to scooch it just a tiny bit more. Okay. We'll bring back our real red ink, and we're going to ink up our mitten. And it's not showing on camera here. I don't know how to get the whole thing in there. And the stamp case underneath here. Alright, we're going to ink that up again. Well, we're not showing very well here. Can I scooch up a little bit? See if that helps. Alright. And then we're going to move our plates over and do that again. Yeah, we got that right. And I think I'll do one more. Close up the ink. Alright, so there we have our two mittens. And we'll place our stamp apparatus out of the way. That was a long reach. Let that dry for a moment. We're going to assemble our tags. And I'm kind of putting them in an angle just so that they'll fit on our card. And I'm just going to flip them over and use some Scotch tape to attach those together on the back side, just so they don't move. And then I'm going to take my ribbons, and I'm using the white glittered organdy ribbon, and it's got little sparkles in it. And I'm just going to poke that through the hole there of the tags. And I didn't even measure that, I'm just kind of eyeballing it, so. And then cut it off at an angle. And then we're going to come back in with our baker's twine, and we're going to tie that the same as we did the last one. Oh, here's my little clippy. That's what I was going to use to hold those. These little clip things work pretty good sometimes. I'm going to just hold them together so I can tie this around. And I'm going to tie it in a knot to hold it in place. And then I'll come back and tie a bow. Alright, then I took the clip off of there now. And I don't know why my fingers aren't working today. I don't know what's going on with them. Got fumble fingers. Okay, so there we have our ribbon and our twine. Okay, so now we're going to come back in and we're going to die cut our mittens. And let me grab the mitten die. Yes, Teresa, that's fine. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Be sure you use the October host code. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, you can find it in the description of this video. It should be on there. And if you have problems, let me know and I'll help you. Always glad to. Where did my washi tape? Lost it. Had to grab a new piece of washi tape. I don't know what I did with the other one. Alright, we're going to die cut our mittens. A little shaking again. And there's one. And we'll do the other one. Our top plate, all 3 plates ready to go. Set her aside again. I think I'm done with it now. Good. And there's the other mitten, and I want to take that off at my die away so I don't lose it. Nothing more frustrating than losing dies. Okay. So we're going to attach our tag to the front of our card first. And I'm going to place it up on dimensionals, which I just had here. Where did I put them? Okay, they're hiding underneath everything here. Okay, our dimensionals, I'll take your pick tool. And we're just going to place some dimensionals on the back of our tags. And I'm spacing them out pretty good. I'm not sure I'm on camera view. Let me scooch those up a little bit. I'm still jiggling the camera. I've got to fix that problem. Okay, so now we're going to pop off all those backings. It's a pretty sunshiny day here in Arkansas today. It was a little cool this morning. It's getting nice out there now. Okay, we're going to place that down on our card front. I'm going to place it centered. Well, maybe a little bit towards the bottom because I want room for my ribbon on top. And then we're going to place our mittens on there. We're putting them all on the white tag side. And I'm not popping these up, I'm going to glue them directly down because I've already got dimension there with the back of the tags. So we're going to place that right about there. And our other mitten will go beside it. And it can kind of hang off of the tag a little bit. Doesn't have to be over because it's still on top of the card. And then we're going to go with our Made with Love. It's going to go beside all that. So we're going to go with the Made first. And a little bit of glue. And we're going to place it kind of at an angle over the one mitten. And we're going to place our width in between there. I'm trying to line it up to the other part of it so it's right underneath it. And our love underneath that. You can kind of fit it in with the notches where it was cut apart. So you space it just right. And just holding that, making sure it's sticking good. Alright, and then I die cut a snowflake out of some vellum. And we're going to place that right underneath the mittens. And it's going to put a small dot of glue right in the center. And place it there. And then I'm going to use our Pearl Basic Jewels. I'm going to place a pearl in the center of that snowflake. Alright, so there's the outside of our card. My bow is kind of messing up here. There. So Made with Love. And now we're going to do the inside of our card, which has our basic white. I'm going to stamp that using just our Merry Christmas with a real red ink pad. And I'm going to place it kind of to the left side of our cardstock. I'm not going to center it. I want it more to the left. And then we're going to glue that on the inside of our card, and that'll be done. That's good, Teresa. I'm glad you're able to be here today. You must be having a good day. Hope you get some crafting time in today now, afterwards. Okay, so there's our card. Let me set this aside. And I'll bring everything out here to show. Okay, so here's our Christmas card. And then here is our Christmas gift tag. And then our other tag for our gift, to and from. Let me see, I wasn't showing on camera very well. I'm trying to get situated here. Be ordering? Okay. I like that too. I appreciate everybody who orders. That's what keeps me being able to put free live videos up every week. So I hope you enjoyed today's projects. I can't say cards because we got projects too, so something different today. And I went all Christmas. Whoops. I wonder why that enlarged like that. I didn't do anything. Huh. Guess my camera's doing weird things. But I hope you enjoyed the products today. And I will be back next Wednesday at the same time, 10:30 Central Time. And that will be November 2nd already. So we really do need to get those Christmas cards done, don't we? I'm also talking to myself here because I've got some I need to get done too. Okay, I'm going to let you all go. I'm glad you were here today. Be sure to like and share the video if you're watching it on Facebook. And be sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell if you're watching it on YouTube later today. So y'all have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you next Wednesday, November 2nd. Bye.